Man, this music really does not reflect our situation at all. Don't worry, Sophie. We'll be sure to get your eyesight back, Mon. I promise I will never do that again. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Tales of Graces F. On the last episode, well, shit went down. Richard appeared, he made a giant cocoon at the world's eye, Sophie is slowly losing her eyesight, and we're trying to find a way to get it back, which has brought us back to the land of Strata. So, we need to make our way over to Sable Azule, but there's a few things that we can do here in the meantime. So first of all, let's do this character skit, and outside the in-joke, huh? Man, I know that feeling way too well.
Sable Azule, isn't that...
It's a city devoted to the research of Krius art. Sharia, what's wrong?
When we visited Sable Azule, people were trying to keep the Rockagong from being killed.
Is that right? Interesting. Then I assume that must have been when you were all swallowed by the Rockagong.
Stop it! Please, don't ever bring that up again.
Excuse me, did I say something wrong? Okay. What are you not telling me?
Oh, you know. You don't need to fret about the butt stuff, Hubert. But, anyway. The other thing that we need to do while we're here in Oray is go over to this man who we talked to briefly last episode and take him up on his request. Yo, we're looking for the sunken ship's cargo. Shall we accompany them? Yes, we shall. Right then, let's be off. God damn it, it does show the boat cutscene again. They really love showing this boat cutscene. They must have been really proud of it. Also, we probably should be rushing to help Sophie out, but, you know, we can help people with their cargo needs for the time being. This cutscene really does go on for way too long. I know I could skip it, but it always gets to the point where I talk and then there's no point in skipping it, because the time it would take to skip it would mean that it just, you know, ends up finishing anyway. I hate it when that happens. If the ship sank around here, we should see some of the remains. This reminds me of a certain training session. You mean... Yep. In order to adapt, one must always be prepared for every possible contingency. Don't think you're safe just because this is a training session. Wow, even Victoria's here? The prognosticators said that this storm will be unusually fierce. Should we really be out here? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned, but all we can do now is trust in our students. We have far fewer knights and instructors than we'd planned. If something were to go wrong... Ah! What was that? Someone fell overboard! Well, there you go. Cue something going wrong. Who is it? What's their name and class? I'll go. Where are they? No need, sir. This guy already pulled her out. You. You there. Help this woman to her cabin. Do you think to be praised for this action? I don't know. I just wanted to help. And what if you had needed rescuing as well, What then? I was just following Captain Malik's advice, ma'am. Always be prepared for any possible contingency. You were prepared for her to fall overboard? Well, not her specifically. But in a storm like this, it seemed reasonable to expect that such an event might happen. So you risked your own life to play hero, is that it? Sir, I wasn't trying to do anything, I just... Silence, no more excuses. As punishment, you will scrub every inch of the Academy's floors. Am I clear? Yes, ma'am. Hold. What was your name again? Asbelant, sir. That was when you invited me to study under you personally. I was surprised to see someone so young risk their life so selflessly like that. I wanted to know you better, to learn how such a thing was possible. I'll be honest, Captain. 3 straight days of floor scrubbing was pure murder. Major Victoria said they had to be clean enough to eat from, and then she actually made me do it. She's not one you want to upset. Although, even that experience taught me something. Cleaning the floor taught you something? Wait, was that? Monsters! Possibly the same ones that sank the ship! We'll take care of them. Here they come. I swear to God, if someone goes overboard because of this. Alright, let's take care of them quickly. They're actually pretty strong, all things considered. Malevolent Star. They kind of look like monsters from the Rokugan. But I don't think we've seen these ones before. Alright. Let's take care of business, and then find out what lesson we learnt. God, I miss playing as Hubert. I do still really like playing as him a lot. It's always nice to see some flashbacks to when Malik and Asbel were, like, still discovering each other. That sounds way more sexual than I meant it to sound, but you know what I mean. Like, I still like that it starts us with, like, the relationship already established, but seeing, like, little bits and pieces from the flashback is still really nice. It gives better context. Also, I tried my best, Hubert. I'm sorry. Also, you learned Rolling Thunderbolts. So you got that going, at least. Thought I was a goner for sure, I did. Thanks mightily, sirs. Bad news is, the battle knocked everything akimbo down in the hold. You need some help cleaning it up? Shiver me timbers, lad, you sure? It's no problem at all. So what was it that you learned from the floor scrubbing? Cleaning is more fun than you'd think. Oh, come on. It's true. I mean, sure, it was painful at first, but after a while I realized part of me really enjoys it. Maybe it's a way of making up for how messy I was as a kid. The trick is to make a game out of it. If you just think of it as cleaning, then it's something that you never want to get to, ever. At least, that's my trick. Turning something difficult into something fun. That's just like him. Perhaps that's what makes him so strong. Ah, hell, I may as well pitch in. We got the sunken cargo. Don't know why I felt like singing that, but I guess that's what I decided to do. But thank God none of the ship's people fell overboard. That would have been way too much of a cliche. You're talking about how you were prepared for someone to fall overboard and then it happens again. Like, something like that happening right around the same time as someone talking about, like, the past thing happening as well is way too much of a coincidence in my book. Anyway, now that that's done, we're done with our Ray for a little bit longer. Might as well hand in the sunken ship cargo while we're here, though. But I don't think we get any cutscene for it. Here we go. And oh, I do have an Elf Bottle C. Might as well give that in too. Considering I have to do all of these eventually. But yeah, there we go. Alright, so, next stop is Sable Azule. Now, there are a few skits on the way that I'm mainly just going to cut to because the journey there is going to be the same as the journey that we've done before, so I'll meet you guys in a sec once we get to the skits specific sections. Alright, here we are.
Hey, Pascal. How does that device work? The one Poisson gave you.
It's got some kind of mechanical bird that pops out and flies back to Poisson.
Did you see this thing, Captain? It's really something. Ah, I guess you're still worried about that letter, huh?
Yes. What if the president refuses to accept the chancellor's word?
The captain is all worried. Stop. Seems to be aging rapidly. Stop. And send. Bye-bye.
Wow, look at its sword soar through the sky.
You guys should be nicer to the captain. Just because he's worrying all the time doesn't mean he's getting old.
Well, one thing is for certain. I'm not too old to take you young whelps over my knee.
But Asbel, you're getting old over time too. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was... Sometimes you just say a joke, and then you think it over for like 5 seconds, and you're like, that wasn't funny. Why did I even try? Why did I even bother? And you! I'll get back to you. Someday. Should probably also get back to Bryce at some point. Anyway. Things that we need to worry about later. For now, let's head on over to the research center.
Mr. President?
Ah, excellent. You've returned from your Fendel excursion.
We came here as soon as we could.
Yeah, as soon as we could translates to, what, 8, 9 episodes? Something like that?
Mr. President, we have a personal letter for you from Chancellor Eigen.
I see. So King Richard is involved with the incident at World's Eye.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. We weren't strong enough to stop him.
Well, I mean, we were strong enough to stop him, but then, he sucker punched us, for all intents and purposes.
Don't apologize. This matter goes far beyond mere strength of arms. It's time for the people of this world to come together and face their common enemy. And it seems Chancellor Eigen feels the same.
We had a second reason for coming to Sable Isole, sir. We are searching for the lost archive of the Amarcians.
Lost Archive?
Yes, sir. The Overseer said we would find it here. We thought it might be located in the research tower.
And this archive contains information that will help in our struggle against King Richard.
We believe so, sir.
We discovered ruins in the deepest part of the tower that appear to be of Amarcian origin.
That's convenient.
However, they are protected by a series of complex security mechanisms, so we have been unable to examine them closely.
And that's inconvenient.
Security mechanisms, huh? I might be able to jigger them open, but I won't know until I try.
Mr. President, will you allow us to investigate these ruins?
Yes, of course. The tower is yours. However, as this is a matter of state security, I must insist that we accompany you. Is this acceptable?
Of course, Mr. President.
That's fair enough. We gave him the Chancellor's letter. Alright. The research center is right in front of us, but... Character skit.
Oh, I'm sorry, Captain.
Please, don't worry. The fault is mine. But how did you know it was me who bumped into you?
Your body is rugged. I knew right away.
Can you recognize everyone that way?
Yes, except everyone is different. But I know when they're around by their scent, their voice, and the sound of their footsteps.
Oh, how do you know it's me, Sophie?
Perhaps when you're around, Sophie feels an instinctual urge to run away.
Oh, that's totally not true.
No, of course not. You're always very warm to everyone, Pascal. So even when you're far away, I know it's you.
Sophie! Oh,
Pascal?
Well, it's a good thing Sophie can't see you now.
shut up, Captain! Aw.
That was adorable. Especially when you sounded like a goose at the end. What the hell was that, Pascal? Just random honk. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess that's as good as note as any in order to go, I guess, here? Alright, here. It's amazing how well your other senses can adapt when you lose one of them. I personally have a terrible sense of smell. I'm not sure if that actually helps out my other senses, but it's one of those senses when you lose it, it's not really worth, you know, crying over. Other ones that you lose are much worse. Anyway. Oh yeah, okay, This looks like an archive. It's the most threatening one we've come across so far, at least.
So this is the Amarcian's other archive, huh?
It looks just like the machines we saw earlier. In that case, I should be able to whack this into shape in a jiffy.
That's good. Also, could you please make a conscious effort to, you know, maybe put these archives a little bit closer together, or put it all on one archive? Just for, you know, easier reference.
Astounding.
It's amazing that a device so old still functions. And that a single girl could so easily crack the security which had confounded our brightest scientists.
Okay, let's see. Fodra.
Please give us something.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
What?
What is it?
Well, I found a route to Fodra, but I'm not sure it'll work. Also, it's kinda super dangerous.
Well, when has that ever stopped us before?
First, we need to find this flying shuttle that's designed to travel through the aquasphere.
I'm sorry, what?
But apparently it can't just ploop on through on its own. It seems like there's another piece to the puzzle.
Hold on, what's the aquasphere?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself.
It's this giant, like, membrane of water in the sky that covers our entire world.
Are you saying there's an ocean in the sky?
Is there anything in there about how to cross this barrier?
Well, it seems like the ancient Amarcians were planning on just busting open a hole for the shuttle to pass through. They were working on a method that involved firing rays of intense heat at the aquasphere right before the shuttle would have launched. In theory, the rays would have burned a hole in the barrier and allowed the shuttle to break through.
Alright, okay, following so far. So where's the snag?
So flying straight up won't work. What if we came in at an angle instead? Oh, yeah. We can just use centrifugal force to increase the shuttle's natural thrust.
Don't you mean centrifugal? I've never heard anyone call it that before.
This will totally work. I mean, I'm mostly positive it will totally work. Pretty much.
It's worth a shot. Besides, we're used to beating the odds by now.
Yeah, no kidding. Might as well ride this high while we still can. Quite literally, in this case.
Okay. So first, we need to check the shuttle and see if it can still fly.
And where is the shuttle?
Where is it exactly?
Close enough, Asbel.
Right next to your hometown. Isn't that weird? Apparently, there's an entrance in the seaside cavern in northern Lont.
Huh. Really?
Perfect. Let's make for the seaside cavern at once.
Right. If we return to port, we can hire a ship that will take us to Lont. That'll be the fastest way to reach the cavern. Did you hear that, Sophie? You're going to be okay.
Thank you, Asbel.
Just hang in there.
You know, it's like the old saying goes. I don't know, fill in the blank there. I just... I couldn't think of an old saying in time. Anyway, now that we got a new destination, let's head on out of here. But not before seeing a new character skit at the save point. The thing I was actually going to say was, this kind of reminds me of us beating the odds, that is, of, like, Evangelion. Just the scene where they're like, yo, so we got a 0.8% success of, chance with this operation, and then they go, huh, that's way higher than usual. And they're like, yeah.
Sir, we just received an urgent message from Ol Ray. The fleet we sent to investigate World's Eye is under attack.
Who would be attacking us now? Windor?
No, sir. Apparently it's a group of monsters based on the island itself.
What?
What's the current status of the fleet?
They've sustained heavy damage, sir, and we're forced to retreat back to the harbor.
I will see them at once. I'd like to hear their story for myself.
We should get back to Ol Ray as well.
Oh, that can't be good.
Is it possible these monsters from World's Eye are somehow...
Connected to Richard? It's not an unreasonable assumption.
But finding a cure for Sophie comes first.
Definitely. So, what do you know about this seaside cavern we're headed to?
When we used the cavern to infiltrate the Fendolian camp a while back, we had to swim through a lot of flooded areas.
Oh yeah? Then I guess our clothes are gonna get wet.
Yeah, when Sherry went through the first time.
To be so young that mere memories make you blush.
Captain, don't make fun of us.
So you need to be more like the captain and just say screw it. Embarrassing stuff's gonna happen. Just laugh it off. I feel like I'm approaching that point in my life way quicker than I should be. But anyway, now we gotta head on back to Ol Ray, so once again, I'm not gonna make you guys sit through the trip. Give me 1 second. Ugh, goddamn desert. I swear to God, if there were any sand in my boots or clothes. It's always the worst when you try to wash that out. You just go into the shower and then it just becomes a sandy mess at the bottom. Anyway, what's going on here?
Are the reports of monsters originating from World's Eye true?
Yes, sir. The moment we approached, they just came pouring out of that huge cocoon thing.
We tried to stand and fight, but we were terribly outnumbered. To stay would have meant the loss of the fleet, and so the order was given to fall back. Even now, the monsters continue to spread across the seas. We've had numerous reports of attacks on civilian vessels.
We should restrict sea travel at once. Perhaps this is part of King Richard's plan, and he thinks to conquer the world with a fantastic army of monsters.
I don't know. I think there's more to it than that.
No, this can't be.
Attend to the wounded and get me estimates on the damage. Then gather every man who can wield iron and get them on ships. We must not let these monsters reach land.
Sir, yes, sir.
It seems sailing to Lant is out of the question.
This isn't good. We don't have time to spare.
Not to worry. I'll see that one of our ships gets you to your destination.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Come see me when you're ready to leave.
Well, thankfully, we're ready right now. This will take you as far as Fendel. From there, you'll need to cross into Windor on foot. Things are chaotic now, so we can't guarantee an easy return to Strada. Are you sure you're ready to go? Well, we've done all that we need to right now, so yeah. Please make haste, and stay safe. Thank you, Mr. President. Also, no, I'm not watching this again. Military plans are proceeding offshore. All sea travel has been restricted until further notice. Well, guess I was stuck here. Again.
Hang in there, Sophie.
I'm okay.
Hey, do you really think this Fodra place could exist on the other side of the sky?
It certainly does sound like a fool's errand.
And yet it's an errand we have no choice but to undertake.
The ancient Amarcians totally knew this day would come. That's why they left a method for us to reach Fodra.
Yes. When you say that, it almost feels possible. Like it's our destiny.
Yeah, I agree. All we can do at this point is just believe in ourselves and move forward. We can't afford to sit around and do nothing. So just hang in there, Sophie. I know you'll be okay.
Alright. So, without another moment's delay, I'll meet you guys at the border, where we'll cross on over and head back to the seaside cavern. Give me 1 second. So I was going to meet you guys at the border, but it looks like there's a whole bunch of new monsters available to us on this path. What the hell is this thing? We literally don't know. Well, that's perfect. They seem to have similar features to some of the other Nova monsters we've been fighting, which is very concerning. Also, can you stop wombo comboing me, please? I'd really appreciate that. Also, I guess I'm gonna be the guy who does most of the damage. Ah, shit, it's got a Nova barrier. Okay, which one of Hubert's arts? It's Gravity Blast. Is that it? Just Gravity Blast? Starlit Salvo also. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Well, thankfully they don't seem too strong, but they look freaky as hell. Not to mention this one over here. Are you also question mark, question mark, question? Yeah, of course you are. Why would you not be also question mark, question mark, question mark? God damn it, I wish I had level 2 with someone here. Oh, maybe Sheria.
Virtuous souls gather in the Garden of Healing. Shine on! Garden of Innocence!
Things seem rough between
Ask and I shall receive, apparently.
Oh, it's like they've got sandpaper between
Normally I'd be
them or
annoyed that something like that would happen, but I'll accept it for now, considering it's the first time we've seen it. But yeah, I better turn that stuff off before it becomes a problem. Thanks for the demonstration, Sheria. Now, you can take a well-earned rest for the time being. Also, I might as well just continue on foot without any cuts. I'm wondering if anyone's ever noticed whenever I say, I'll be back in a second, which is pretty much my cut quote now. I actually do make it so that it cuts within a second. Every single time. Little attention to detail when doing editing. Anyway, we need to cross on over, my good sir. They've opened the border, so you're free to pass through. Hey, this ain't a favor, pal. I'm just following orders. What, you're salty that you can't charge bribe money in order to cross the border now? Well, it sucks to be you.
Asbel, Lord Hubert, what were you doing in Fendel?
Oh, you know, seeing the sights, doing this and that.
We had heard you set off for Strata.
Things happened.
I don't see any Fendel soldiers here.
That's because they're gone. Just up and vanished one day without a trace. We figured they were up to something, so everyone's been on edge.
The situation has changed. Our countries can't afford to fight each other right now. The 3 Valkanists have been completely drained of Eleth. Our countries have come together in an attempt to resolve the crisis. Please, you must let us pass.
Yes, of course.
Well, that was nice and simple for a change. At least they weren't drawing swords at our throats this time, unlike some Strahd military man. Although, you know, they were just doing their job, so I really can't complain too much. Alright, the seaside cavern should be right down here. And there also should be a character skit nearby. I don't think it's this one, I think it's the next save point. Hello, green blob. It's been a while, I guess. Haven't really missed you that much. Also, I'd recommend not fighting me because you'd probably not survive. Just a word of advice. Why am I talking to a monster that can't even hear me? Well, whatever.
Here we go.
Good. It looks like she's finally asleep. Do you remember the last time the 3 of us came here? I didn't want to believe that strange girl was really Sophie. You were so sure. And I was convinced you were just trying to flee from the reality of what had actually happened.
That's harsh, but also true.
Hey, Asbel, let me help you. I'll carry Sophie this time around.
Are you sure? She looks tiny, but she's actually pretty heavy.
Don't worry, I can do it. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Wow, she is a lot heavier than she looks.
I told you, right? Here, let me take her.
No, I said I'll do it. And I want to be close to her right now.
Yeah, that's fair. You're trying your best, Sheria. Just like everyone here is. Also, anyone remember this not-so-subtle change in war right here? Like, it just sort of looks like it goes in on itself for a little bit. Yeah. You Martians really need to come up with a better way of hiding stuff, because Jesus. That wasn't difficult in the slightest.
I can't believe this was here all this time.
This ship will take us to Fodra? I can't imagine how it would even fly.
Oh, so that's it.
So, how's it looking?
Can you make it work?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
It's working.
Oh, that's nothing. We're just getting started here. Let me see. So if the shuttle actually works, we're gonna need... Wow, okay. We've got 2 zappy heat ray cannons, one in Strata and one in Fendel. They're designed to fire simultaneously and focus on a single point in the aquasphere. Oh man, this is crazy cool!
Did they really have to build them in 2 separate countries, though? Just seems like too much work.
How can we use the cannons if they're in 2 separate countries?
I think we can control them from here. Looks like we can adjust the angles and everything.
Oh well, that's convenient.
Oh, nuts.
What was that?
Is something wrong?
Well, the cannon in Strata is fine, but the one in Fendel is busted or something.
Of course it is.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Captain.
Yeah, it's not responding. I'm gonna have to go there and see if I can figure it out. But then... Assuming everything else works, the shuttle is piloted remotely, so we need someone to stay here and fly it.
Is that something one of us can do?
Maybe me, but yeah, I don't know. You need real technical know-how to pull it off. I'd ask my sister, but I don't think she's talking to me right now. Anyway, we can worry about that later. I'll ask the Overseer or something if it comes to it. Right now, we should focus on getting to Fendel so I can fix the cannon. It's in a facility on the far side of Fendel Mountain Pass, up near Velenik.
Right. Let's get moving.
Well, now that we found our ship, one that could possibly maybe glide through the air. What do they call it again? Oh yeah, a plane, that's what it's called. But yeah, let's get out of here for the time being and make our way over to Velenik.
Oh, we got a message from Poisson. Let's see here. Oh, yuck. She says the monsters from that cocoon are causing all kinds of trouble. They've ordered all civilian ships to stop sailing into or out of Fendel.
Sounds like we'd better hurry.
Right. Let me just do a little tappa-ka-chunk here. Okay. Bon voyage!
What was that?
Richard's monsters, I imagine.
They were headed toward Lant.
No.
We should get to Lant immediately. They'll need our help.
Come on, let's move.
We just found our transportation too. Anyway, before we head on over to Velanik, I guess we need to solve that problem, and we'll be doing that on the next episode of Let's Play Tales of Graces F. So, I'll leave you guys with this character skit, and next time we'll hurry on over to Lant in order to solve that problem. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that junk, and I'll see you guys next time.
Come on, let's hurry back to Lant.
Calm down. When you get excited like this, you lose sight of everything around you. You need to analyze the situation rationally.
Yeah, but that's why you're here, Hubert. Analyzing situations is your job. You know that's not me. If there's something I have a chance of protecting, I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's safe. That's what Sophie taught me.
I see. Then perhaps I should stop holding back. Well enough then. If I ever see you slacking off in this department, I will let you know in no uncertain terms.
Good. I'm counting on it, Hubert.
Seems the brothers are finally identifying their strengths and weaknesses, and how they can help each other with them.